But maybe coach is right. You got to charge $300 for, this is not me. Why? Because what's the demographic? Let's talk real. Most single parents in Arkansas, Louisiana, certain parts of Texas, just in general, what's the demographic of basketball players that need the most help? So no, don't let my numbers or my cost fool you. A long time ago, talking to Tom Brown, I said, man, I wish I could really, and I'm not talking about babying them or making it or cheaper, giving them some comp deal. Man, who's the kid that maybe needs it the most? There's a large demographic that can't afford some of the opportunities out there that need real shots. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If a kid needs to clean up his attitude, his body language, anything in a summer camp, then we're going to attack that. And I'm going to reinforce it with who? With college coaches. Now you know what you got to do. Instead of showing up in the spring at a showcase and half your team ain't eligible and half your team's, it's like the Lifetime Men's League, shooting bad shots, and you think you're going to gain exposure. Let me give you a hint. The 12 coaches that were there, because 4 of them were buddies of mine in the hallway, were standing outside for the 4 JUCO All-Americans that were there that they already wanted. And guess what? They already researched months and months before. Those kids, they weren't looking at the rest of those dudes. They already researched their eligibility. They already knew they needed that position. They were there for those guys. They were waiting on them in the hallway till their 3rd game was over. And that's, I think that's the difference between uncommon exposure, especially if you come to a summer camp, as opposed to a showcase where you leave gyms like, man, I wonder what they were thinking. What's the next steps? How did I do? Well, that's the difference.